about corruption. Everywhere people they talk about corruption in Africa. Every day my people they die because of poverty. Every day people they die because of poverty in Africa. But this poverty where them they talk about who they cause some. Oh. This is corruption where them they talk about who they cause some. This is bad governance where them they talk about who they cause some. Oh. This is ignorance where them they talk about who they cause some.
Asem. Anomaa FM.
You know they inside for the blame.
Anomaa FM.
Say we all they inside for the soup. Somebody go talk say you know they inside for the blame. But me and they tell you say we all they inside for the soup. How serious are you? How serious are you in Africa? Make you tell me how serious are you? How serious are you in Africa?
Asemabo, Asemapa.
Are you serious, Africa? Are we serious, Africa?
Are we serious?
Are we serious, Africa, about the future of our children?
Are we serious?
Are we serious, Africa?
Anomaa FM.
Serious, Africa?
Are we serious?
Anomaa FM.
Are we serious, Africa, about the dignity of our children?
Are we serious?
Make you tell me how serious are you? How serious are you in Africa? Make you tell me how serious are you? How serious are you in Africa? God give us everything we got the need in Africa. Allah has given us everything we got the need to prosper in Africa. God has given us everything we got the need in Africa. Oh. Allah has given us everything we got the need to prosper in Africa. He give us air, He give us water, He give us land, He give us food, He give us gold, He give us timber, He give us oil, He give us diamond, He give us men, He give us women, He give us brain, but we know don't use some. Oh, mama Africa. Every literature we go to take to
Anomaa FM.
And because of politics, we know the
Anomaa FM.
sense at all. Africa. Many people they blame our situation. Many people they blame our situation to the colonial masters. Africa, make I ask you right now, who be your colonial master? Africa, make you tell me right now, who be your colonial master? Colonial master na hingo be your papa. Your colonial master na hingo be your mama. Oh. Your colonial master na hingo be yourself. Me I say colonial master na hingo be your church pastor. Your colonial master na hingo be your sister. Colonial master na hingo be your brother. So now you see, we all
Anomaa
inside
FM.
for the blame. Oh. So make you know talk say,
Anomaa
we know they
FM.
inside for the soup. Oh. Now you see,
Asema
we all
bro.
they inside for the blame. Oh, Abi. So make you know talk say,
Asema
you
ba.
know they inside for the soup. Oh. How serious are you? Make you tell me how serious are you in Africa? How serious are you? Make you tell me how serious are you in Africa? He give us land, He give us food, He give us
Anomaa FM.
He give us oil, He give us a diamond.
My mo bibiara achen embra Anomaa FM so
We know they use them. Oh,
are we serious Africa?
oh
Now only me say Ghana yeka Africa ho.
Make you go to
It is so bisa say are we serious Africa?
animals so.
I am bisa Ghana are we serious?
Myself better pa.
Ghana are we serious? Okay, matwa ma enti answer no emrepe mu no meje fi wo ho. In the 15th day of the month April. Na majima ko won die. Then ye ba bebuebu ensem ba ko so e de amount. The political show unim say yen sro hwe. Bebia ensem no afi. Bebia ensem no ehye. Ye de ni na ebesom.
Anomaa FM.
Serious Africa, are we serious
Anomaa
Africa?
FM.
Are we serious?
Are we serious Africa about the future of our children?
Are we serious?
I say no different kakra.
Serious Africa.
Me din e de Nana Yaw Appeadu.
Are we
Nana Yaw Appeadu. Metina mu e de ama Nana Asare.
serious Africa about
Ejuma e de na kopie baabi. Ati ne metina mu ama Nana Asare.
if you tell me how
Na enne no ye bebo ewura NPP any NDC amanyuko ni mu kakra.
if you tell me how
Na yensa aka onyonyamfo bi wo ho a yene ne ba betwetwe enkomo.
serious
Wonu mi se Mahama eye kanman panyin opre flag bearer flag bearer ama NDC amanyuko no. To no wakwa kodu baabi. Jem di se na ndra okopie mu ewo adan. Na ehun sema apie mu afito ni mu no. Ye de emu nchemu nyina ebeso. Ye betwetwe enkomo e de afa ho.
Anomaa
people
FM.
that talk about
Asem
corruption
abo.
in Africa.
Asem aba.
Every day my people they
Asem di ebiaba. Na ensema ewo mu no ye beka wa ha.
die because of
Ha Anomaa FM.
but this poverty where them they talk about to who they cause some. Oh. This is corruption where them they talk about to who they cause some. This is bad the governance where them they talk about to who they cause some. Oh. This is ignorance where them they talk about to who they cause some. Somebody go talk say him no they inside for the blame. Oh. But me I they tell you say we all they inside for the soup. Oh. Somebody go talk say him no they inside for the blame. Oh, Abi. But me I they tell you say we all they inside for the soup. Oh. How serious are you? How serious are you in Africa? Make you tell me how serious are you? How serious are you in Africa?
Eneno yeni Peter Kutuzim. Honorable.
Anomaa FM.
Oye NDC branch secretary Domain Anglican Primary 4. Domain Kwabenya abato mpeso anso no. Oye communication member Emma Eliprim Akurugu.
Are we serious Africa?
Na Honorable Eliprim no. Oye NDC
Serious Africa?
Omo parliamentary candidate Domain Kwabenya constituency ni mu Nkramantem.
Are we serious Africa? Are we serious Africa?
Are we serious?
Are we serious Africa about the dignity of our children?
Are we serious?
Make you tell me how serious are you? How serious are you in Africa? Make you tell me how serious are you? How serious are you in Africa? God give us everything we go to need in Africa.
Anomaa FM.
Allah has given us everything we go to need to prosper in
Anomaa
Africa. God has given us everything we go to need in Africa. Oh. Allah has given us everything we go to need to prosper in Africa. He give us air, He give us water, He give us land, He give us food, He give us
Asem
gold,
abo.
He give us timber, He give us oil, He give us diamond, He give us men.
Answer na yebekwa honorable ho na enu na atwetwe nkomo no. My headlines kakra about newspapers nimu ine anopai. Ebebuebu so ba akumienu bi e di amamo.
Politics, so and because of politics,
Na the kind of fire service recruits 1,296 applicants. Work on Ghana Cote d'Ivoire borderline road begins. Unse Ghana any Cote d'Ivoire borderlines no kamia ko say ehye no manso twi bi kakra e wo ho e na kwan na nkasa no mfunso bi e wo ho ntino omo ahyase edi ho nkomo na omo aye adwuma na esefata e wo so no.
Anomaa FM.
Colonial master.
Farouk Aliu Mahama calls for expedited action on Muslim marriage bylaws no.
Your colonial master na him go be your man.
Who say e kamya kwese kremufo ya okwan a omofa so eware no. Mpenfo epese omo yen sachire kakra ewom.
Your church pastor.
Nti ehun ensem enso ene.
Your master na him go be your sister.
Accra mayor calls for promotion of Ghanaian authored books.
Your brother.
When say Ghana for yankasa yen books aye no yen pew yen parking kan there be me call Twitter crampo ekohu okọ approachira omo bus stop approachira bus stop ba ku bi amihu e wo Twitter no bus stop no say ehọ ye fe e na bus stop be a obetina na nkasa no storybooks be brave wo ho nti se o twem bus no be 15 to 20 minutes na bus ne mba ya obetumi afa eye storybook ba ko na wakan mu wahu nti Ghana se nyamani na yesuesua ebetumi aboa na oman no etumpo.
Anomaa FM. Anomaa FM.
Finance Minister refutes a report of second debt exchange program involving pension funds. Okopiemu ewo IMF, United States of America, omonimu no. IMF bailout no. It's me akon kind there. Be bubu say nsimni na edi amamo.
He give us air, he give us water, he give us land, he give us food, he give us gold, he give us timber, he give us oil, he give us diamond, he give us men, he give us women, he give us rain. But
Abuachi da Costa any Yauban 6 others pick forms for NPP Kumewu primaries.
you wanna borders now with the treat wanna self like
I'm sure your baby say Kumewu primaries no enu ye de wen.
myself better pa.
March busum eni nya ne tie say omo MP no. Philip Baswa watwa nananum e won se do. 31st March. Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin declared seat no vacant. Intino omo to aba ana ombe to aba eyi okendifo ana se ombe to aba eyi MP fufuro kra ewo Kumewu enwo Asante Mantem. Na abato no ebeba so 23rd April eye afiyuma shaika 1 week pepe na omo akoto aba ti ochina na otwe na omo ato aba na omo yi Kumewu eye MP fufuro kra.
Asem
Are we serious, Africa?
Asem
Are we serious, Africa?
Are we serious?
Are we serious, Africa, about the future of our children?
Are we serious?
Yeah, Becca.
Are we serious, Africa? Are we serious, Africa?
Are we serious?
Are we serious, Africa, about the
Asema
future of our people?
Asema
serious?
Yeah, Becca.
Asema ba ye ba beka.
Serious are you?
Se dia mwatwen na no yensemre no enti no.
Serious are
Ye
you?
bekọ na eni owura eye Peter.
How serious are
Atwetwe enkomo ene anopai.
How serious are you, my Africa?
Eti mamenko na meni owura Peter entwetwe enkomo no. Ibebo ni teo. Nsema ehye kokoa mu. Nsema kyerese eya politicians no ebisro
About to corrupt.
TV and radio presenters esro se obeka no.
Let's talk about corruption.
Wonim se asema bade. Anomaa FM yensuro se yebeka. Yepese yehu nukware ewo.
Of poverty.
Eno atikra po no omo to aba ema politicians no.
Talk about who they cause.
So omo to aba ma politicians ni wia.
They talk about who they cause.
Do they really give the interest of omo to aba ema won na?
Ignorance with them. They talk.
That interest wan dream say oh honorable oba den na obey oh ye be say amam say nyam na omo ya na.
Anomaa FM.
But me I dey tell you say
Sisia Kanimam Pen John Dramani Mahama.
somebody go to
Opre akwa no obeba abeka nsem sensem ni na obeya na.
inside for the soup.
Kwabnadufo enso eka ho bi. NPP amanyuko no mu kra mpo okwa ebi ewo ho.
Africa.
Woni na dia Ghana fo beka kire wo ba obeya na. Mamenko owura Peter ho na yentwetwe nkomo no. Owura Peter Mijemi say bibi awoko. Yes so yes ho pa. Na okay. Yen said I am same renesano. Mahama. Tono washase. Washase no ate ye pa. Ndrade medium so ko pie mu ada ene nkofo bebre atwetwe nkomo. Ne tona washase no ne botaye a esi nani so se obepre blackberry ama endi samanyuko. Wa ohu ne sen.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning to our dear good morning to our honorable Atlanta, the action woman, the Yaw Appeadu of our time in Honorable Madam NDC parliamentary, a former NDC parliamentary candidate, aspiring
Asem
NDC parliamentary candidate in Domin. I also want to take this opportunity to say very good morning, Excellency Johnny Draman Amai. I also want to take this
Anomaa FM.
opportunity to say
Anomaa
a very
FM.
good morning to His
Asem
Excellency John Dramani Mahama and his campaign team, and also a very good morning to the dear listeners of Domin Kwabenya constituency, particularly the NDC fraternity. What I will say about the tour of John Dramani Mahama is simple. It is not something new. We all remember when he was in government. John Mahama is a visionary leader, and during his term, he has put in place a whole lot of policies that could have seen Ghana better now than we are. Young person can say, "You read John Mahama, or you'll be a when him dear at the bar,
Anomaa
young
FM.
man, ni call." So, what you have now, ye or Mampania, or the policies is be a buyer. And there's an corner that's what here, Akunyano Swa, and by now, no, Ghana, a Danny, a developed country. What are these policies that I'm talking about? Because of his visionary leadership, John Dramani Mahama created Heritage Fund, knowing very well that our youth or the population of Ghana is growing day in and day out. And again, he has strategically implanted in all our sectors, be it education, be it agric, be it whatsoever, in all sectors of governance. When it comes to education, knowing very well that the population keeps growing, Mama has built a lot of senior high schools across the length and breadth of this country. When it comes to health, he has built a lot of hospitals across the length and breadth of this country. Why is John Dramani Mahama doing this? For the future. If you're a leader, you should be thinking about the future.
Right. He should be thinking about the future. Talking of education, he has built so many schools. Said I will see Kano.
Yeah.
The question is, other than schools now, or building now, young can say NPP, Manukuno Eja, na schools no error, no schools now one complete, you know. Other than as a visionary leader, on to also leaving NPP out of it.
Come again. Are you talking about MPP schools or NDC schools?
NDC schools. So
Yes.
these schools.
Yes.
The likes of Kwabenya,
Yeah.
we know it is running.
Yeah.
But Mekan schools now, OCN now when CNV no, NPP and Betuaso no, and then now as a visionary leader no, one to also NC in this dispensation.
You see, when it comes to governance, there are certain things when you are out of power, you have little to do about it. So when you are out of government, it is the responsibility of the sitting government to continue from where you left at. And this is what Ghana is lacking. And it's actually, keeping us retrogression instead of progression. Okay? Look at this, the whole Ghana, the biggest constituency in the whole Ghana is Domi Kwabinya constituency. And the only senior high school we have is Domi Kwabinya Senior High School, which was built by John Dramani Mahama. And you see, talking about his tour, you see, what John Mama is saying is simple. The world is changing very faster. But unfortunately, Ghana has come to a standstill. Be it so, the policies that John Dramani Mahama is bringing are those of his old and a blended new ones that Mama is bringing. What are these policies or visions that Mama is talking about? Mama is talking about global. We must have a global Ghana. When we have a global Ghana, whereby we can invite global companies to invest and to produce in our country, we get a sustainable jobs and well-paid jobs. We must also have what? Digital Ghana, whereby we will have a good internet access to run our day-to-day businesses. And again, we must also have Ghana for women, something that Ghana is far lacking. Our women don't have voice when it comes to policy making and other things. And here, that is where our legato of Domi Kwabinya falls in. He's a brave woman, committed and action woman. So these are some of the policies of vision Mama is bringing. 1, global Ghana. 2, digital Ghana. And 3, young Ghana. And 4, Ghana for women.
The policies, how is it going to benefit?
The benefits are very simple. When you look at global Ghana, whereby whilst the world is growing faster, we are lacking behind, and we must catch up with the globalization. Whereby, like I said, where we can invite foreign companies and other institutions to come in and invest in order for us to get sustainable jobs that will match with the growth of our youth. And with the youth Ghana, we needed to develop a creative youth, whereby you and I, should be able to do something. Even if I'm able to produce a pen, you are able to produce a key holder. We are growing, you understand? So we needed to have a developed, creative youth. Young person can say, global Ghana no I can who asem no. Say, on say to see an abedani, yes, in abedani, adefo, kwan so. And to say, yet, that's what Yatitimua. Just say, the whole world is going and we are sitting where we are. Yet, maybe a yeti. And oh, yeah, you also say to see an baby abedani, adefo, kwan so. And to say, baby abedani, adefo, kwan so. I was say, yes, you day. You follow up. Say, a medical catch in Brofon say. I was say, yentimi enya foreign companies now they know mbaba invest where your money. Say, never ya. Yabenya sustainable and well-paid jobs. Yabenya a jumabia. I bet you know a jumabia who ma de chane as coffee.
The foreign companies now. Would him say the foreign companies never have. Now they come and invest. Yes, say, and say down conkai. It's not that large. Are you aware?
When that comes, it brings competition. And where there's competition, you know what happened. So foreign companies in the bar. So share. Just like take for instance China. Oh, say China need to me a produce baby for ni man madiaba. O the bano price no of yeah, your company wa ha. Ah yes, so I yanka say yeah. But ade no price no wasoro bisa ho sa dentia what I say but say yetimi enya this foreign companies any other no that's why we be kaya man mu no mo invest here successfully at the competition baba with the local and the foreign companies nti ya ba sa so a ema eden ahonto ba oman mu say ebia wo produce na say wo say na enne wo kwa kwato akosua ne board ndini say akosua bebu wo Ghana ha say by force so wo beto wo dia so want to why na beto. So these are the key reasons why it is good we have globalization in our current situation. Yeah.
Said ya o can the metwasi ya Mahama coming back is a blow for Ghana.
Yes. Mahama coming back is a good news for Ghana. It's a good news for Ghana in the sense that na nim mfaswa or the may say a prophet is not accepted in his own land. But say na oti akonwan so ye hu ne mfaswo ene ye twan tro ne nyama na yanka citizens no yati asama yendi akire ansana ye pass judgment yendi akire ansana ye pass judgment no ene ye ko bo mama etugu ene ye ko fa akofo adu malaria aba Ghana.
His term of office in Ghana for Yaw Appeadu say fee so na or no buy no. What thing did he do to benefit Ghana?
Thank you.
4 years plus 2 years.
Thank you. Like I said earlier on, that Mahama is a visionary leader, and because of he having this vision for Ghana, no,
so gone are the days now he wasn't having the vision.
like when he was you are talking about when after the demise of His Excellency John Evans Atamils, and he coming into the realms of affairs. That's why I'm saying that there is difference between being a vice president and a president. So at the time Mama became a president, he's a visionary leader and has foreseen that going forward, we needed to have certain things put in place for the success of our nation. So these are some of the things that he did. He brought Heritage Fund, which when MPP immediately came to power, they saw a money pact and they started eating left and right. With that, thinking about what really motivated John Dramani, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to create this Heritage Fund. It was something meant for the youth or something meant for the unborn generation of this country.
So basically, the Heritage Fund was for the youth, and then the future.
It was the future. It was meant for the future generation of this country.
What evidence you have say NPP has mismanaged their funds?
Oh, when they came, they said they themselves. They said they have used it to support free education.
Okay.
So that was
they have used it.
Yes, they tap it into. So
it has helped.
Yes, I'm coming. They went for the Heritage Fund, and when Ghanaians were complaining that look, this money is meant for the future generation. It is meant for the future of Ghana. The reason they gave was that they are using it to run free SHS. So as of today, what is the difference between the free SHS and the time we used to pay school fees?
So my question is, he said it was for the future generation.
Yes.
Or the youth in the future. Now, that was way back 2012 all the way down to 2016. And my question is, if it's for the future, is that not the future?
You see, when they say future, when you look at the Americans,
if I say tomorrow is future.
Yes, tomorrow is future, but you should be looking at this time. As we speak, they will still have oil in quantity and other things. So this thing at that time, no, the money that was there, the MPP was supposed to also add something to it. When you go to other countries, They have similar thing. Do you think the loans that we've been borrowing, do you know where most of the loans come from? It is because of these same policies that other foreign countries put in place. That is what it's like, putting your money in the bank and going for all the money in the bank. That I'm buying food today. What about tomorrow? So, Heritage Fund, what they should have done is to also add something, make it grow. It will get to a time like we could have even loaned this money to other countries and get more profit and develop ourselves than at the bad of it. You are growing something and then you start it, just like normal savings. When you start that, you are going to save. The moment you start saving 1, 2, 3 months, you start going for the money. Do you think you are saving? Well, you are doing nothing.
So you don't see any difference between the free SHS and then the previous one when students were used to paying school?
When we say something is free, what does that mean? Say kasa ade bibi free as you say. And yeah, about going to school and not paying school fees. It's about going to school and having quality education. So when you have a situation whereby you go to school and you don't pay school fees and you have quality education, that one we turn it as free education. But whereby you go to school, just like you have a red, gold, green, and what kind of a free education is that? And if you're looking at, if you bear with me, if you want to contact most of the parents whose children have been to this system, they will tell you how much they are spending on their award. People were even praying that they should revert so that they pay the school fees and have good education for their award. I read something about a school in Tamale where a toilet has been converted into a dormitory. Is it free as such as? Well, a situation where you have a school and you don't have dormitory. Yes. But be also here free as such as. Abraham nipa na ko do school ha baby obeda na oni bi. Baby ye kwa agya nan no. Aho na nipa na ba kwada. How will you feel as a parent? So wo ba kwada. Baby sam. How will you feel as a parent? Will you prefer to pay school fees to have a better accommodation for your ward, or not to pay school fees and your ward to go and sleep in toilet? Which one will you prefer?
Are you trying to tell me, say, since 2017 all the way to 2013, our free SHS, students or movie SS3, they don't perform well?
It is not for me to say they perform well or not perform well. But we are all in this country. What triggered for government to buy Pasco, take money and buy Pasco for students to write exams? Then I'm asking what triggered the government to buy Pasco for the,
you are saying it, and I'm asking what show said they bought Pasco?
Oh, it was in the news. It was in the news, and maybe if you don't hear, it was in the news.
Since when?
That was last 2 years, last year or 2 years ago.
And who came to confirm? Say you bought answers of Pasco.
Who do you expect
no,
to come?
You are saying it. That's what I'm asking. Who came to confirm? Say Omato Apo and now Pasco the amount.
That's what I'm saying. It was in the news. It was in the media outlets, and I don't have it now. A specific media house that I'll give. This is the report from this media house. I don't have it now.
Okay.
You understand? So if it is helpful, why would government do that? Why would government do that? So it means that there's a problem somewhere. And even look
the problem?
The problem is looking at even the time I was a past student who that was my time was somewhere 2000 before era that I went to senior high school. At that time when we pay school fees, there was seriousness in education, because look at if you take 3 months and be in school and take 3 months at home, what do you think that this child will do? Even our time where you will spend the whole term in school, spending 3 good terms in school. Look at how it was. And now compare that, you will go to school for, is it 2 months, 2 months or even 1 month, to come back and stay home for about 3 months before you go back to school. And this led to many of even the school girls getting pregnant. So this free education, the bad aspect override that of the good aspect of it. Nobody is saying that giving something free is not good, but it must be done in a very good manner.
So with the pregnancy you're talking about, is it on the side of the free SHS or the parents or teachers?
It has contributed to its long stay at home contributed to the pregnancies. Because you are a parent, you go to work, your wife will go to work, you have a teenager at home. Who is going to monitor this teenager? Now that we have a digital world where these phones, our wards can access a lot of dangerous information. Once we are not around, they have free to access dangerous materials from internet and other things, and this lead them to act. But if they are in school, when we were in school, every Saturday there was an inspection for improper dressings and other things. So if you bring phone to school, they will seize it. If not until we going to vacation, they will not give it to you. So how do you access these dangerous and bad materials?
So they get pregnant from home and send it to school due to the long vacation.
Due to the long vacation, because the parents are not around, they have access to peer influence and internet influence. So when they go back to school, some even get pregnant and take it to the school. By the time they are back to school, maybe 1 month or 2 months pregnant.
So can't a student get pregnant in school and bring it home?
Sometimes it happens, but you see, the rate is not that much as them staying long at home. Because if you are in school, there are certain rules and regulations governing the school. I'm talking about any school that's serious. There are laws and regulations which you are to abide by. But if you are at home,
so with the home, we are putting the blame on parents.
It's not like we are putting the blame on parents, but the parents, we cannot blame the parents because they are not around.
So some percentage should go to them.
Yes.
So my question is, when the child or the ward gets pregnant in school, whose blame is that? Is it the teacher? And do you think a teacher can impregnate a student?
Yes, it happened. Teachers do impregnate. That is the recalcitrant ones. That is the uncultured teachers. I won't deny it because it is we've been seeing it, we've been hearing it on the news files about teachers having sexual affairs with students and the rest. The case study is the one that happened at Central Region, where a girl had to kneel on a stool and then the teacher knocking behind. So you see, what I'm saying is that, what I'm trying to say is that the free SHS could have been better planned than what they are doing.
In what way? Planned in what way?
You see, John Dramani Mahama at his time said, I was the president. He was the president then. I said, I can easily say everybody should go to school free because I'm the president. But there are certain things that you have to put in place so that when you roll in this free SHS, it will be successful. What are these plans? You must have a physical infrastructure. You must have enough teachers, well-trained teachers. You must have facilities, science resource, dormitories available for the children to sleep in and access to. But if these things are not available, And looking at when you say something is free, you have a double of what you have coming in.
Yes, it just now we see and I say it has been mismanaged. Wouldn't say there are countries that Ababisia are style of free SHS or more implemented on. Are you aware?
What I'm simply saying is that I and NDC, we are not opposed to rolling on free SHS. But what we are saying is that it should be done in a better way.
And what is that better way?
These are the better ways that I'm telling you, that you must have infrastructure in place. You must have enough teachers. You must have not just enough teachers. You must have a well-trained and well-cultured teachers and staffs to run these schools. And you must have more funds to run these schools. Because if you don't have funds and you roll in free SHS, what do you expect? What do you think will happen? How are you going to get textbooks for them to use? Even furniture. Day in and day out, we've been hearing about schools lacking basic furniture and other things. So these are some of the things I'm saying that it should be well planned before you roll it. Because when you roll it, more people, more students are going to go to school. So during Mama's era, he said, I'm going to do it progressively free. Progressively. Just say, from step 1 to step 2. And he has started with a free day senior high school education. You understand? And doing that, you and I, can we have more money than a minister? So even in Kumara's time, he did the same. But what he did was that it was for the deprived ones. There are a lot of people in Ghana who can easily pay school fees. Very easily with that hitches. So why don't you make it a plan for those who can pay to pay, and for those who cannot afford to go free, so that those who will bring the little will be used to support. And to say, hey, I can't say free, Minister, Nebako school free. Also, yes, I buy a light bill, or TV 8 mu. You're trying to cook, you're trying to security, you're trying to be beer. Me know you come market, near kwa hotel, near ba, near be feedi your family. Now your name minister ba eco free SHS. Does it make sense?
It means we say SHS no. Young Fanny says a buying no, a young she be to say the school fees near 600 Ghana cedi. A buying for 300 cedis. Now parents no so far 300 cedis.
That is a subsidy, and these are some of the things I'm talking about. It is not bad for the government to take certain percentage out, and for parents to also pay a certain percentage. It's not bad. So these are some of the things that I'm saying that you need to plan it well before you roll it.
Now,
because going forward, it is something that is coming to stay. It is not something that you are coming to do it and tomorrow it is not there. So it has to be well planned.
So the visionary leader, what's his take on free SHS?
The visionary,
perhaps if he should win, he should win the election, what's his take on that?
If Mama wins power today, he's going to do it progressively free. Progressively. You better see free. Just like what started from day senior high schools. Because day senior high school or no on use much facilities. So like dormitory and water and electricity. Because on the other side bar no coffee. And to no share a car on so na near okwa board na. Difference won't be brave. Because over preps, okwa boarding school, you go preps. When you go to preps, you use light, dormitory, toilets, water, and feeding. So if Mama comes, you will do it progressively free. So that is Mama's policy on free SHS.
Neto, okwesikuma odobin mahama ton okwesikuma odobin na yentie bibi na yento yentie
Yenyanom MPP ebedi ntro se moto abama mia meba free SHS no metwam eno ana mo de year campaign we want a intro if we say free SHS to 2016 they shall see the day students. Like I said, day student be our school be a untiafe. And you say Afia Airba 2017, September 2016 academic year no, you the borders back home. And this afternoon, no, you the 140,000 boarding students. I can free SHS no. If we say Constitution, let's say we should do it progressively. Not year progressive. Every year near the Biakon, every year near the Biakon. Compare say you back of Obia. And almost on Bayano immediately. Immediately, I almost got some Bayano. And no energy or how Abeto our for no song. Because answer now be chef free HSS or try making sure say dormitories were home and kwadanu be baby ada also making sure say classrooms were home how be baby esua there also making sure say dining hall were home baby on betimi edidi enti a chance no and an ESC dormitories dining halls this and your money na e was secondary schools na and ESC blocks community day schools so account yeah and kwadano ebenya ahoto etimi asuade and no enede or how number after etimi do go back ebia kokrantumi secondary school now we nya dormitory this e okope obi dan e high ma wo ba etimi ko school and now we kohwe eduane a enkwadani di wo school a Sebi Mbudiasa Ebia Nifie Mpo Nekraiman Endi Sediane no Sebi and now Koshe Ediania and Kodani Diwo School Sebi Mbudiasa Ebia Nifie Mpo Nekraiman Endi Sediane no Sebi and now Koshe Ediania and Kodani Diwo School Sebi Mbudiasa Ebia Nifie Mpo Nekraiman Endi Sediane no Sebi
Asem abo
Inti mahama nsem na okan no ebi enen se okohwe aduane amofra no edi o school ni ma sebi okraman ifie kraman krampo endi se aduane o mampen se o kan bibisa.
No, you see
Anomaa FM.
Ghana haro
Anomaa FM.
yempa no kure
asem abo
Ghana ha
asem abo
yempa no kure wa obeka no kure no obi endu wachi
Inti nukre no wa asimbi
anokure no waka no because the food the children eat. Do you know what the food the children eat? He described it in that terms.
Didn't you say aduane na say dia ye di ma okraman ana okraman krampo ndi.
The reason is it's like an engineer putting up a building. You have been given a certain ratio. In order to get a correct building or a strong building, you have been given a ratio. But because you don't have enough money or you didn't plan well, no, you decided to saturate or you decided to
Anomaa FM.
to add more in order to
Anomaa
put
FM.
that building. And this is how the break one. Say ya kasa ahwia o measure. It should be one cement back to 4 headpans. But because of your unplanned towards that, no, you decided to make one cement bag to 20 headpans of some sand. Do you think this building will stand the test of time? So it is the same thing applied to feeding. If you don't plan well, and then the number increase, all of them have to be fed. Maybe the food that you are supposed to prepare for 100 students, they have doubled to 500 students, and you are having same amount of food at your disposal. So what do? You add more water to expand it. So when you add more water, maybe 20 buckets of water to to 5-6 ingredients soup. How do you how will you look at, how is that soup going to taste better for you? How is it going to be helpful for you? So these are some of the things. You are not planning. You don't have the resources, and the number has increased, and you need to feed all of them. In order to feed all of them, you have to add more water.
By this time, the young fan say, "Be yari na omwewana bibisa." But again, some Kenyan can be bisa.
Let me tell you one thing. I'm someone who has grown from the village. So, and I'm not from a wealthy family too. So, when I went to senior high school, I suffered, and I know what transpired there. You understand? Sometimes it will get to a situation you have no option done, and God is so wonderful. Apart from poison, anything that you take and there's no poison in it, you will survive on it. You will survive. You understand? Mm-hmm. So let's say if you use 3 alonka of granite pits to cook soup, and you double the water by 20 buckets, and then the water looks like a soup because the granose paste will definitely change the color of the water. So when that happens, it is water that you are drinking. Does water poisonous? Will this water cause you any sickness? No. And even in some cases too, they fall sick. Because I remember our time, I went and donated blood when my brother had a snake bite at the Navrogo Memorial Hospital. So when I came back, I didn't go to the managers to tell them that, oh, I donated so that they could have taken care of me. And because of that, I was an athlete. Because of that, it has affected my career on that field. You understand? So food sometimes may not necessarily kill you, but it reduces your performance. Because when you take it, you don't have that enough. The food that you take, if it is not good and you don't have enough energy, how do you study in the class? Because so if you have hitches in your stomach, thinking of what to eat, then your mind is taken off from studies. What you are saying, assuming a trader in Accra or somebody, for that matter, a hustler in Accra, whose word has been sent to Bunkurugu Yoyo, how much do you think the person will get to be enough for the word to take there? Definitely, it will get finished within a month or so. What about the rest of the months? What are you going to depend on? You understand? So it is not for anything that this feeding has been factored into running of the schools.
Feeding na enye county na NDC amanyo ko ne se free SHS no o mampi enhwe so yi.
Feeding no so ka ho. Ena edoma bebre anya feeding nko a. It is not about the food alone. A lot, just like His Excellency John Mama mentioned. We don't have enough dormitories. We don't have enough science resources. We don't have water, even water. to run the schools sometimes becomes a problem. And we don't have enough resources to run these things. So that is why the constitution, do you think the framers of the constitution didn't think before they say they put it in the constitution that it should be progressively free? There were a lot of consultation. There were a lot of thinking that goes into that. Look, if we should have a free education, free senior high school education, it must be progressively. Because as the time you are running free, progressively free a day senior high school, you are planning for other boarding side. Just like the president said, by then they were building dormitories, building dining halls, building science resource centers, and the rest. So by the time you are done with that, and you know that now I have enough for senior high school, I have enough sleeping place, I have enough teachers, I have enough food, I have enough resources for the senior school, then I roll it. Then it goes successfully. So we are not saying that free SHS is bad or we shouldn't have it. It is in the constitution that we must have it. And you see one thing about NDC and MPP. They quickly, if you remember, what happened, they have a certain ideology. Which is shortcuts and planning for themselves alone.
Why do you say so?
What? Anything that has not done by them is not good enough. You remember during our struggle for independence, when Nkrumah was invited to become a general secretary of UGCC then, what was the reason why Dr. Kwame Nkrumah split from them and formed his own party? You called me that I should come so that we struggle for our independence. And I'm here now, you are talking about independence gradually. What is independence gradually? And Kwame Nkrumah said, independence now. Because if you didn't have plan, you wouldn't have called me to come for that struggle. So independence now. And upon realizing that Kwame Nkrumah succeeded, they then sent a delegation to the British authorities to tell them that Ghana does not need independence at that time. It was too early for Ghana to have for British authorities to grant Ghana independence then. And it was not too long. Was it February 24 February 1966? A coup happened, and Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown. So you see, after they have overthrown Kwame Nkrumah, what happened? We came back to where we are. Again, coming to our education, do you know that they have reversed our educational curriculum back to the old system? Are you aware?
Yeah, that was March.
So now, when this happened, do you know the reason they gave? They said, "Oh, because of the COVID, that was the reason why they programmed that curriculum and what. Because always they think that whatever is being done in this country and it is not them, it's not worthy of.
Say, NDC, if you are willing to help the citizens in the country, should you wait, say, mobile power and send my baby? Because you can't in school, in a school infrastructure. We have NDC gurus. You can say Omuska. It's then in the form of donation, appeal, more far and yes, Mboa SHS. No,
it won't work under this current government.
Why?
Do you know why? There are some people yakasa konongo kaya o very good. Ono no oswa, ono so na omo ye den. O ma oswa. Obe kai emrebi. Ayu aso west wagon. Nsuo toye ma flood aba.
Yeah.
Man, nothing has been done. Our then parliamentary candidate of Ayua so where's gone? John Dumelo went there to dredge the place and help the residents. What happened? They stopped him from dredge, just to dredge a waterway. So they stopped him. Why? Was it their money? It wasn't their money. It was from his money. Even the fuel and everything was being taken care of by himself. So why do you have to stop somebody? When I realized that my gutters have been choked, the residents at my area are suffering, and I decided to help with my money. You said no, I should stop, and they stopped him indeed. So there's no way.
Has it been any other one than the NDC has done that has been stopped, apart from John Dumelo's own?
I'm just taking his own as an example.
So why don't you try the free SHS?
Try like what?
Try. We know the food are not good. You are saying the food is not good. Infrastructure.
And
so the NDC gurus can also assist.
Another instance was John Mama brother Ibrahim Mama. You remember Mama's time? Ibrahim Mama went to Odo to dredge the place. What were did you hear what they were saying? They were saying, oh, and Mama has given a lot of money to his brother, and what blah 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 blah. And the money and the money that the man was using was from his own pocket. That's what I'm saying. And at that time they were not in power. They were not in power, and they were making these allegations. And when they came to power, Dumelo tried to dredge waterways. They stopped him. So what makes you think that they will stop you if you try to send food to them, to the senior high schools? They may even
give it a try.
They may even, I mean, if you try, I won't try because if you try this, these people, you don't know them, eh?
If you don't try, that means you don't also want them.
Not that you don't also want. You try, but they don't give you. They don't give you. And even Akufo-Addo, there are a lot of times Mama give free advice to Akufo-Addo. He doesn't take. You understand?
That is them. But
so if like you and I sitting here, if I should say that, oh, I think that A B C D is needed for this station to be well run, and you don't take it. Tomorrow I tell you don't take it. Why should I keep telling you that do A B C D so that I help you? There's no need, because if you don't take my advice, there's no need for me to keep advising you. I'll be making fool of myself.
Can you do it privately?
Privately, like I've done it privately. We are here in this studio, and I'm telling you that for this studio to grow, or for this studio to get more listeners, do ABC. Have I said it in public? No. But if you decide to take it to the public, am I the one who took it to the public? No. So these people, unless you have power, with that power, you can't operate before them.
Mine is give it a try. Because if you really want the goodness of the students, you would have been helping by now.
I gave
now,
you
Meba. I quite remember Indra, MC for Domi Kwabinya. So koye donations. Emma Ga East Hospital, Ga East Municipal Hospital, any Abukubi. Koye donations ma. The NDC didn't stop here. Neither the NPP. Oh yeah, privately. Mine is Adena Bibi Owa. You will not forget about their Obibeka. If you really want your children to have good education, now Omodriane and infrastructure in there. Munko ye mentie the Obibeka. Adena mumma, you give it a try. Why not?
You said MC. Is it yesterday or when?
That was yesterday.
Very good. My question is, who appointed the MC?
Okay, the president.
Very good. So do you think if the MC is doing something, do you think that donation that the MC did, the MC is going to take a credit for that? Government is going to take credit for that. But if I'm doing it, if I, Kutuzem, is doing it, I'm taking credit for myself. You understand? And because I'm taking credit for myself and I'm not a member of the party, and they knowing that my my circle will not give them credit. They will not allow me. They won't. And I just set instances. I just outlined some instances where they have stopped a known members of NDC from doing something to support their own people.
Asem de ebiaba Anomaa FM ena wasugu so a otie no Facebook and YouTube no so ye live a with me join Asem aba political show no memene da Saturday biara 10 to 12 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. ena dwumedi ebawa komidi nana Yaw Appeadu na ene otime nkan na kire se migina mu ama nana asare edwuma no akopie mu ewo baabi enu nti ena say ontumi emba show ne so na Peter Kutuzim ono NDC branch secretary ewo Dome Anglican Primary 4 uko Dome kwabenya abato mpeso aso a osan communication member ema the hopeful eliprim akrugu a opre se obe mrashimdwani ama NDC amanyoko no yeda so a ewo insensem numu na mahama to no a okono ayese otai esre Ekufuado baumia otai esre no suhum kra okosre okosre baumia ene Ekufuado concerning omobrofo semene economy no ho nti as a president a opre as a former president ana obi a opre Frankatuni flag bearership ama amanyuku no is it right say obesre obi otiso because opre hunu say won so ba betina so it does that give you the advantage say sre won ana atitaefo no ewo NDC NPP no omo hwe wo say o sre sitting president
laughing at the president, the sitting president. What is wrong with that?
I
was the president then. Mm-hmm. You made the people of this country believe that I am incompetent, and I am incompetent. I doesn't have what it takes to run the affairs of this nation, and you have the men. You have what it takes to run this country. And then, lo and behold, the people listened to you and gave you the mandate. Only for you to come and mess up. What do you think will happen? It is not only Mama who is laughing at them. It's every Ghanaian is now laughing at them.
The president
but the thing is that because he was the former president and is running a campaign tour, and there is always cameras on him. That is why we saw him laughing at them. But it is not only your mama who is laughing at them. It is every Ghanaian who is now laughing at them.
So, Opa said, because Mahama should follow them to laugh.
Is he not a human being?
He is a human being, but pre-BB, so what do we need CBB swa? Do not let others deter you with their actions. It is a me betina ha. Na me srewa. Eba say obi nsum baby ana obi a pre-BB.
When I was there and you condemn me unreservedly, I lied.
Obi bo asomo ha so be dani ha na wasan and obi e bibia nya onso baby.
Master, in this world, at times, retaliation is necessary. Why? When it is self-defense, it is necessary.
So this is self-defense.
It is self-defense. You understand? You see? So you were saying that I'm incompetent and blah, 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 blah. And then Bamia was giving scripts to be reading here and there, holding a conference and other things, misleading the people of this country that he is the best economist. They have what it takes to run this country. Not knowing that they don't have the man, or what they have is buy and sell ministers and government appointees.
The president and the vice is saying that economy, no, and they have the men, but COVID, any Russia-Ukraine war.
I'm saying that the government of His Excellency Adutranko Akufo-Addo doesn't have the men.
Why
The
do you
only
say so?
men they have is buy and sell men and women.
Why do you say so?
So the only place they could have fixed well is Tonato.com. I wanted the only place but I just say I the affairs of this country. I the affairs of this country.
Why?
The only place they can fix is Tonato.com. Because the only experience they have is buy and sell, borrow and spend. Niomunimun say borrow and spend, buy and sell. That's all that they know. They don't have policy think tanks. They don't have what do you call it? They don't have men to. Do you think if look at this U.S. Vice President current visit?
Kamala Harris.
Yes, when she came, he said she came based on security. But these same people, do you know and if you come for security and then you come to answer questions about LGBTQ and whatever, it is something that was it is something that was planned. That's how I see it. I see that it was planned.
In what way? Why do you think?
I see it because she came at the time Uganda have passed LGBTQ bill. So, in fear that other African countries will follow suit, she has decided to come back. Coming just to come and say something. You understand? But looking at our current government, what policies are we putting in place concerning LGBTQ plus? We don't have. When you take America, for instance, in 1823, there was this president, James Maroon. He's brought a doctrine, international doctrine. At the time, most of the Central and Western America gained independence. They were formerly Spanish colonies. So when they gained this independence, the Spanish tried to do what? To come back and take over. And then at that time, too, Russia was also what? Trying to take control of other areas of the America. So because of that, this James Maroon, I don't know, the spelling is capital Moonroe. Maroon.
Maureen.
That is the fifth American president. He came and make some 4 key points for Americans. What was this 4 key points that he made? He said America has recognized and will not interfere in British affairs. And that the Western Hemisphere, that was some countries that lies in the Western Hemisphere of America, was close to future colonization. It was close to future colonization. And other 2 key points. To keep Spain and Russia away from taking control of them. So, if we as a country, can't we also make doctrines of similar things that will, prevent other countries from infiltrating our cultural heritage?
So, the LGBT, what's your take? And what's the take of the NDC as a whole? Our parliament is here. What's your take?
The last time I was here, I made it clear that as an NDC member, I don't subscribe to LGBTQ.
Because
it is evil, it is uncultured, it does not match with our social values, our social and cultural values. So it must not be accepted in our land, and it shouldn't be given room in our land.
What will you do if the room is given?
Straightforward, I'll pass a bill to stop it, and anyone who tries to do or promote it will be severely punished.
A sitting president has obeyed the
If a sitting president passes it and I become a president, is that what you mean? Mm-hmm. The laws, there are a lot of bills that old bills that goes back to parliament and then change.
Now, let's go back a bit. Now, Kamala Harris oba Omangane mu that was much security no say ordinary na buy Emma o share video say na rule or social media na US security no one buy no more check airport security. Was it right?
That's what I'm saying, that these people, they don't have what it takes. They don't have the men. Do you think if they have the men, Americans themselves don't trust them? You understand? Because they don't have the men. They can easily be influenced. Looking at what is going on in the media, the videos of police officers taking monies and other things, why will a country like America trust them? Because their rival allies can easily come and give them money and then they will have them. So there's no way America will joke with their security. Okay. And as we speak, America has something what we call West Africa Logistics Network in Africa. West African Logistics Network in Africa, do you know what it means? It is the new name for military base in Africa. So before even Harris came in, there were even American soldiers taking over our airports, going out and coming in freely. I was reading something. I'm yet to authenticate and know how true it is. That there was a bill that passed, a latest bill on between Ghana and US based on defense and security. Article 12 of that agreement. If you see the privileges given to the Americans, not even the Vienna Convention had that privileges. Not even Vienna Convention had given that privileges to a partner country or a member country. You see, so these are some of the things I'm saying that they don't have the men. They don't have, because if you have the men, you should be thinking about your defense. You should be making laws that will protect your land. You should be making laws that will, defend the future of your country. You should be making policies that will set your country free from economic hardship. Just like I was saying concerning this heritage fund. Because, you see, this is just COVID. All the excuses that they are giving is about COVID-19 and Ukraine war. This is an external issue. What if Nyame Pengu? What if say baby natural disaster happen in Ghana? Where are we going? If only Russia and Ukraine war can affect Ghana to this extent, what happens if it is directed to us? If it is directly to us, and we are all human beings, and we are in a planet Earth, as long as it has happened in somebody's country, it is likely that it may happen in our country too. Because they say onyonko aboyi say esoja sansuo si wonchai. say bibi start me see Ukraine any Russia na say eni so ehon so no aye heavy e wo yeso a what about say nka ya de how will we how are we going to come out with this
Asemabo.
Okay, ora Peter ena yene ne twetwe nkomo anope ewo Asemaba dwumaji nso wo Anomaa FM Mr. Facebook no betumi ahwe ho ene YouTube no nso betumi ahwe ewo ho dwumaji no eguso etwegu ewo social media platforms ni na so na economic hardships na we rem no mayenko IMF bailout.
Thank you. IMF bailout.
IMF bailout.
Just like I said, they have buy and sell men and women. And the future of this IMF bailout, me, I don't know the future of this, and I don't believe the future of this IMF bailout is going to be something better for the country. Or it's something, yes, 17th, and it's not something that's going to help us. Wow. And I just not just like helping us, it is not like it's something that I doubt if it will even happen.
Whether we'll get the money.
We'll get the money.
Why do you doubt? Because
Direct
Anaba assure Ghana say very soon.
Didn't he came out previously and gave us dates that this deal was supposed to be concluded and rectified? What happened to those dates? Then what assurance is there that the date that the finance minister gave will surely come to pass?
Okay.
What assurance do we have that this date that the finance minister gave again will surely come to pass? What assurance do we have?
Almost say by May.
By May. So what if May? And that's what I'm saying. They've given us a date before. What happened to those days?
By March. And I say almost say by May.
So what happened when they say by March it will be concluded? And that is what caused one of their MP to go and had an accident, because they were saying that the last 3 bills that they passed in Parliament were supposed to be part of the condition in which IMF will give them these loans. And because they had wanted to meet the time, the MP had the accident. Yes. So it means that they don't have the men. They don't have the men. Because if you have the men, you should be specific. You should be specific. Maybe this day it will happen, and actually, and indeed, when that day comes, it must happen. But if the days keep shifting, what is actually going on? What do they know that Ghanaians don't know, and they don't want to tell us? At the end of Munima, you're gonna for any more person be catch. So we made that said they way. IMF negotiation na wie and na beba so. Na sa date no so na amba so. No what say date. Na sa date no so na amba so. Then what are you telling us? Is there something that you are not telling us? Bibi wo ho person be catch.
Surely almost say by me. What do you make of the 3 billion?
The 3 billion for what, like what?
Dollars. That is the bailout they are seeking for. What do you make of it? You bet me at this. I buy no it is bet me this can I hear the Sefata now said yeah IMF in paying for back catching. You bet me at this.
You see, this money that they are going to take, what that money? Look at the loans they've went for.
Don't forget, in this market 10 times.
I'm coming. Okay. I'm saying that the loans that they went for, the money that they went for as loans compared to this 3 billion. Is it not a drop in the sea? It's a drop in the sea.
Why do you say that?
It's a drop because when you check the I don't have the figures here, and I don't want to give figures that will be incorrect. But when you check the amount of money the current government borrowed, it's more than all government combined. What did they use those monies for? Did these monies save us? How much more this 3 billion? How much is it going to? How much is it? This money even if IMF should give Ghana this money, just like I said, they themselves are going to spend. And at the end of it all, Ghana is not going to see any improvement. Because it is their trade they are best into. Their trade is take the money and share among themselves.
Okay, 8 March, State of the Nation address. Someone paying say, Sikana ya omukojino. Omundi omwenim. Nemum no mundi ya kwan. Eni nyama bebre. Emma obisa kra borrowing, and now should we stop constructing roads? So kind.
My brother, when you know how to dance, it is not you yourself that will praise yourself. Immediately you come out to display your dancing skills. If you know how to dance, you will see people will be praising you and then throwing money on you, just like we do in the north. A very good dancer will be hearing praise, and then the money will be throwing on him or her. This shows that he's a best dancer or he knows how to dance. But here is the case. You are saying that you are praising yourself that the monies you've borrowed, you've done that and this, and Ghanaians are not seeing it. If Ghanaians are seeing it, are you saying all of us, even including MPP people, wouldn't they be praising them by now? Apart from those who are getting something from Akufo-Addo, those who are getting something directly, MPP people who are getting something directly from Akufo-Addo government, they are the only ones who are praising Akufo-Addo. But come to their grassroots supporters, everybody was like, no, this administration is different from Akufo administration. This administration is totally different. And they know clear in their mind that this administration has failed the people of this country.
Said ya usi kano say omuko dis kana omo fanye hwe omo anomudi ubetumi a list nyama ba ku mienu bia mama NDC mako IMF 10 times amotumi di says kana ye nyama NDC this can IMF sikaye.
Thank you very much.
Rollins mokoye Atamels mokoye Mahama kra mokoye.
Thank you very much. I don't have figures to share here concerning this IMF, NDC going for IMF loans and other things. But what I can say for sure, that at the time Mahama went for IMF, the condition they gave, we all saw the benefit that were coming from. At the time Mahama went for IMF loan, that was the time we had this light out.
Was it settled in his era?
It was settled in his era. So this shows that he didn't just go for the money and spend it like that, but he has actually worked according to the demands of IMF and the demands of the country. He has managed to solve the erratic power supply, and we've all saw it. At the time Mama was leaving power, Ghana was no more in Dumso. And even Bomia some time ago attests to the fact that Ghana has access to electricity. We have access to electricity that we have that we are not using, and that even contribute to what blah 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 blah. So if we have access to electricity and we are not using it for anything, and you think it is the cost, can't we also do something about that? And maybe we will also help our neighboring countries with a bit of it, and also get something to support our country. If you so believe that the excess of power is a problem for us, you see. So this sets the difference between NDC and MPP.
The Dumso you are talking about, and I say
when Mama went for IMF loan, IMF bailout, even at that time, MPP they came out to do propaganda. That at that time there was this lack of employment and other things, and I think it was also part of the conditions like if they are giving you the IMF bailout, you have to cut down your employment intake and other things. I think I'm not saying that is it, but I think that might be one of the conditions. And MPP took it as a propaganda and then was spreading. But indeed, when Mama went for the bailout, it works perfectly, and we had this light in excess.
So this time around.
So like now that we have light in excess, I was expecting MPP that now that we don't have light problem, we should also be, growing, or we should also be heading towards somewhere, but not necessarily being at where we are now.
Right. Said I'll see Kano. Na Utrima. And she ya. This is here IMF Edibema Ghana. This time, you ain't mean this.
You see, I wouldn't say you ain't mean this. It depends. And I really don't know for now the terms and conditions in that loan agreement, unless it is rolled out and then we see. There will then know whether it will be helpful or it will not be helpful for the country. Unless the terms and conditions, we see the terms and conditions of the loan. For now, we can't talk whether it will help us or it won't help us. But for what I know, with this current leadership and with this current government, even if they give them 10 billion, we will still be at where we are.
I don't know, Kasa.
Because we've seen their track record. The loans they've went for, I think we are doing repetition, because I said it already. Because of how they've managed with their previous loans, point to the fact that even if they give MPP 10 billion, they will still underperform.
They are muchabon and a mum performing. Oman pays why Jinawa Cassi, Sikana ya Omuko, Omodi Yama. It's had an amon person with Yatum.
My brother, you are taking us back.
I'm not taking us back. I want you to understand, say, Omaka says he can Omodi Yama. It's had no and this mum person with Yatum.
And I catch or say, so I don't catch Omodia Yenoma. I can get a phone who. And Kayam feeling no manana. And Kayam feel Sam pa suddenly Omukas or Modiano. And Kay enough and answer indeed Umuya. And Kayam filiana.
One feel cry, say Abubo Biso. Obubo Pokwasi interchange.
Then this
the new
don't go after the Pokwasi interchange, don't go there. It is not their legacy.
It's whose?
It is Mama legacy. That Pokwasi interchange. It's a Mama legacy. And the only thing is, I think they just came to add something a bit. I think something was added because the plan and design, the initial plan and design of the interchange, I think has changed a bit. You understand? But when you check the records of that interchange, it is Mama's legacy. It is not MPP. MPP has nothing to do with Pokwasi interchange. They only came and executed the project. That is all. But funds and other things were feasibility studies and everything was done by Mama's era. So they can't claim credit for that interchange.
Mahama.
Straightforward. So when you through margin say interchange because it was Mama legacy. Even look at what do you call it, Abuso kind, the one they are doing it. Go and look at the design and then the company that constructed the interchange. All those problems were lined up. That's what you see. Sayakasa Mama a visionary leader. I'm a for Tiase. Because Nyoma Papa no yano, now you're well planned continuously. What I say, Nebibia wa yen strategic, well planned, well coordinated. You understand? And to be biasa also rolu we are into rolling the ane kwasa anya say okwa no akwapem no asaba plan biom. No. Only yana you say when I'm rolling this program, it is continuously.
Yekano Mahama Nkwana ejina ne so sisi a NDC presidential aspirants no I'm not before so count nti say ka se mudi obi ba na say abato no ekoso a Osha hina na wo match voice obit me edi.
Oh, this one is a straightforward win for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. It's a straightforward. Everybody knows, unless otherwise you don't want to see it. But like this one is just we are just practicing internal democracy. That's all. We are just exhibiting internal democracy. But we all know who is going to win.
We all know who is going to win.
Yes.
Enti Osha Mahama or more votes. Ye nto abakrampo na mo nto abakrampo ye no. Say May 13th. Otre say Mahama or more face than
Mama even Kojo Bonsu, Honorable Kojo Bonsu, and the finance minister, Honorable Kobna Dufo, they themselves they know. But I'm saying that we are just exercising internal democracy. It's an internal democracy we are just exercising. Because the philosophy of our party is is based on egalitarianism. All human beings born equal. That is the philosophy of our party. And to say, oh, yeah, NDC ni, na say, oh, person contest as flag bearer, you are welcome to contest. Obi and Sue can contest. That is the democracy, and that is the philosophy of the party. All human beings born equal. Obia sunsin obia yamma yankasa yamma akonwa we agyawe sa also opia ye nyina yakwa na ni obenya no ne ade amma no sa na ye party ne tie ya party no we don't have a system of a monarchical system of leadership, just like what do you call it, this MPP having a certain people who are always leading the party. We don't have that.
I say percept
you understand?
Dumbo busy family.
No, it is their ideology. It is their ideology, and Nana Akufo-Addo share an ideology of which the then Dr. Kofi Abdul-Fabuzia also shared. So it's an ideology. You understand? So all for them, they have their take it or leave it. Take it or leave it on this day of 15th April 2023. The end result of MPP Black Bearership contest is going to be settled on account. Take it or leave it. And Akan is going to lead MPP into 2024 elections.
To the face of Baumia.
Forget him. Forget the vice president. They just use him for something, for their parochial interest. They just, you see, one thing about we the Northerners is that, excuse me to say, we have a certain loyalty. Like we are a kind of people. When you help us, we also try to appease you. You understand? It's like scratch my back, I scratch your back. You understand? So Baumia being a northern vice president was simply because of the vote that they want to get from the northern part of the country. And it was strategic at that time because Mama being a northerner, if they should settle on a man to be a vice at that time, or a different tribe to be a vice at that time, they are definitely going to fail.
Say they are all canon. Maminfa Wimbrem say just to get the face and now the vote from the northern. It's not more than no see so for vice president.
Yes.
Yes. Yeba NDC amanyo kunuma. It is speculating say just to get votes from the western and the central. Inti enamode castle at force in the so for majority. Enamuyi harina. No crime no.
Come again. Let me get you clear.
NPP to get the vote from the north. Into no vice president Baumia Siso.
Yeah.
Yes, enomunya.
Yeah.
to get votes from the central region and the western region. Enti ena mo reshuffle mo leaders ewo mrashe fie, giving it to what do you call it, Atuforsin amuji Haruna Idrisu fie ho ampa.
I think this is our party requirement, that the party, as time goes on, they do change leadership in the in parliament. It has nothing to do with tribal balance, and even if it has to do with tribal balance, I think it is good we have it, because if we have somebody from that place being a majority leader, because like they would have also said that if we have to go by this, they would have also said that why is it that everything has been given to the Northerners, a minority leadership Northerners, a president Northerners, and what have you. It will also be a talking point in the country.
Second to it.
So, and the reason given for our reshuffle was not for vote, but it was strategic, just like our national chairman, Honorable Asem Nkatia, said, that going into these elections is going to be bread and what? It's going to be bread and it's going to be based on the economy. So going to base on the economy, we need to parade our economic messiahs. So that was the reason why there was the need for change of leadership. And again, some of them, I think one of them will not be going to parliament again because he's not contesting for the primaries. So that was the reasons given by the national chairman. And I think if that is it, it was in the right direction. Yeah. So I don't think it has to do with maybe vote or something like that. And if you look at our party hierarchy from the past to present, we have a president, a founder from the Volta region. We have a president from the western central region. We have a president from the northern region. So it tells you that regionally we are balanced. It tells you that regionally NDC is balanced, and it goes a long way to also add or to make the point that indeed we are coming from a certain, or we have a certain philosophy which we abide by, which is everyone is equal in the party. Every region is equal when it comes to, as long as NDC is concerned. Okay. Every region in Ghana is equally important.
Are you building Haruna Idrisu for president?
Nobody builds anyone for presidential ambitions. You build yourself. Just like I, Peter Kutuzun, here. If I have presidential ambition, I have to build myself. Why must somebody come and build me?
Okay. Do you think he would probably stand one of these days?
Oh, it is his own decision. I can't speak for him. Since I've never met Haruna Idrisu before, and I've not heard anywhere from him saying that he had that ambition before, and I have no evidence whatsoever that he has the ambition or he doesn't have. So the decision lies on him.
Yate. Anomaa FM ena wasugusu a utie no asem aba dwumedie ena yede som no na yensan enko ora ana onunyamfo Peter Kutuzim ono NDC branch secretary Dome Anglican Primary 4 Dome Kwabenya abaton peswa so san ye communication member ema the hope for Eli Prim Akurugu NDC amanyuko no so hwe anim se se akonya ne ba na wegina NDC se omonto aba emfama nombe ye mrahye bipeni right honorable Mr. Mambisa Assembly concerning Akurugu any Israel. We share grounds now. And are you likely to take it for the primaries?
Thank you very much. At this juncture, I want to take a standing ovation to my honorable member, Madam Eli Klumaku. Wherever she is, I salute her. Looking at the grounds, it is like MPP NDC. Why am I saying it is MPP NDC? Between her and Israel, it is the grassroots or the delegates of this constituency had the same posture like Ghanaians have for NDC and MPP. The atmosphere alone tells you that now the people of Ghana won't change, and the change they want now is NDC and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So when you come to Domi Kwabinya constituency internal battle, the atmosphere is pointing to the same direction. That the delegates are yearning for the hardworking and an action woman in the person of Madam Faustina Eliklum Akrugu to become our parliamentary candidate for Domi Kwabinya.
Say, yeah, funny say, in case when ya abanimu enim na say Israel eba, are you going to give him the needed support?
Giving who the needed support?
Israel.
Like what happened? Like what I?
If supposedly he should win in the primaries, are you going to give him the needed support for him to run the affairs?
Oh, the fact of the matter is that Israel is not winning.
Why?
It's not winning because the grassroots have decided, the delegates have decided, and in case by mistake or unfortunately he wins the primaries, why not? We are NDC people who throw our support behind him. But it is something that is not likely to happen.
Why do you say the grassroots says he will not win?
I'm a grassroots man. And I've been following the trends, the campaigns, and other things. And I've done my studies about the two of them. Me, I'm somebody, I don't just support people just like that. Before I support you, I do your background checks, your chances and how your chances of winning and the kind of person you are before I followed you. And being a long-term follower of Madam Eliklum Akrugu, I have come to realize that he is the hope and face of the constituency wherever we go. I have been her data collection member. I have been a campaign member for her during the 2020 elections, and have been part of her door-to-door campaign across the length and breadth of the constituency. So during I led one of the team for the data collection during the 2020 elections. And everywhere we go, including MPP sympathizers, they are calling for the woman to come. It is their call. It is the call of the people that I follow. So if the people are calling that, or if the people sees that this is the person they want, who am I to say no? Say, Domi Kwabinya constituency. Tumamufo na hu atena se adwene ehun say Honorable Madam Eliklum Akrugu na ye the face of the constituency. Onu na ye aginkwa obetuma abaji omo a me ne hwan say meka say da bi e wo me so me fam support here there emma no, and that is exactly what I'm doing.
Say to me before say me okay say bi so say adwasa for bibi ewi we develop it on me constituency ewi.
Let me give you some a survey done by one of the policy what do you call it, an institution, it's a data survey institution. Done by Global Info Analytics.
Just for Domi Kwabinya na
Yes.
Ghana.
Domi Kwabinya constituency.
Okay.
The survey they did was that, do you support the removal of Adjosafo? That was the time she was a minister and then 7% of the people said they don't know. 68% said yes, she must be removed. And 21% said no. Again, this survey also came out that at that time, assuming Adjosafo decided to go independent, and about 32% said they will vote for Adjosafo, and 20% said they will vote for Makokwe, and 42% said they will vote for Madam Eliklum Akurugu. And again, assuming Madam, he said, Honorable Adjosafo is no contesting as an independent. Makokwe is getting 34% of the total vote, and Madam Eliklum Akurugu is getting 59% of the total vote. 59%. And 7% of them said they will vote for somebody else. So what does this tell you? Tells you. And again, going by electoral areas, the initial survey was that it was 5-5 when it comes to Adjosafo and Makokwe. Madam Eliklum and Makokwe. It was 5-5 apiece. But the latest survey points to the fact that if elections are held today and Adjosafo is not going and MPP decide to file Makokwe, Makokwe is only going to win at Taifa South, and Madam Eliklum Akurugu winning Taifa North. Why is Makokwe winning Taifa South? The reason was that during Makokwe's time, Honorable Makokwe's time, he has brought a lot of development to the people of Taifa South, and they are going to vote based on that development. I'm coming. So this tells you that going forward, or looking at if the people of about 68% says they are happy for the removal, or they agree with the Nana Akufo-Addo for removing Adjosafo. If 68% said they agree with the president, the end result will be that Adjosafo will not be contesting, and Makokwe will be contesting. And looking at it, Taifa South and Taifa alone gives about 45% of the total vote of Domi Kwabinya to the MPP. 45% of the total vote in Domi Kwabinya constituency. Taifa alone gives about 45% of the total vote. So if Madam Eliklum Akurugu is winning in Taifa North and Okwe only winning in Taifa South, then it tells you that between Okwe and Eliklum, the seat is straightforward for NDC.
Okay. Well, last words, Emma Oma more contested for presidential and then parliamentary candidate. Last week.
What I will say is that so far, so good. Each and everyone is comporting his or herself well, and I applauded them, and they should continue in that direction. They should know that the fight is not between us. The fight is between God and Satan.
Why?
So
God and Satan? Why God and Satan?
It is God and Satan is that once NDC is coming to liberate the Ghanaian people from economic hardship and sell out of the whole country, MPP is there to enrich themselves to the detriment of the average Ghanaian.
So in this, who is the God and who is the Satan?
The ball is in your court.
No. It's in your court. Who is the God and who is the Satan?
The ball is in your court.
Okay.
So I will entreat each and every one of them to continue sweet. They should continue the way they are comporting themselves, and they should know that anything short of that will have a dire implication on the party going into 2024 election. Going into 2024 election, we need a united front to win power. We need inclusiveness. We need everybody on board. For that matter, I humbly appeal to all the contestants to do their best, to do their campaign based on peace and unity, so that at the end of it all, whoever becomes or whoever emerge winner, the rest should be able to come on board, and together we all win power come 2024 and send this elephant, the wild elephant, the elephant of destruction, the elephant of no mercy, into the bush.
Asem.
Okay. Ora Peter kutuzim yebeda wase se onyamre na yefro oni ebehwehwe nkomo. Asem abadwumedie ena wasuguso awutie no ye ne Peter kutuzim no NDC branch secretary ewo Dome Anglican Primary 4 ono asan ye communication member ema Eliplim Akrugu ono no parliamentary aspirant hope for ema NDC amanyoko no ewo Dome kwabenya abato empeso aso nti ora yebeda asese unyamre na ene oni eba ebehwehwe nkomo.
You are welcome. Thank you very much for your time.
Jim di say next time beton safra obetumi aba.
Okay. You can always count on it.
Okay. Etino
Asem.
tie yen a na ye Anomaa FM ohwe yen so a na Facebook no Anomaa FM, YouTube no so yebo hogo yi a ntemni na no yebobo so edema de bia meka se ensem no yendi yensuro se ebeka da bi politicians bi ho musuro, radio TV stations bi ho musuro, na so Anomaa FM de yendi yensuro nti ene ya yebobo ensem no ede ema abribia midin ede Nana Yaw Appeadu me na metinamu ede ema Nana Asare adwuma ede na kopie mu ewo baabi enu nti ena wentumi ama nti na Nana Yaw Appeadu meje makonwa mede mendie no ebeso masida enko enfama me production team Brakwesi one kwabna ekoko ene bo matudema mede dwumedie no ebeso nti wantimi nka biwa medase se ojimre na asem abadwumedie no one me ekoye edi nsem no nyina ebeso mu.
Are we serious, Africa, about the future of our children?
Are we serious?
Are we serious, Africa? Are we serious, Africa?
Are we serious?
Are we serious, Africa, about the dignity of our people?
Are we serious?
If you tell me how serious are you? How serious are you, my Africa? If you tell me how serious are you? How serious are you, my Africa?